Greetings, YouTube. I work at a manufacturing plant, and my job is perfectly quantifiable. We have specific rates that we are supposed to produce every shift. The part I ran last night had a rate of 404 pieces. That means in a 480-minute day, subtracting your time off, your break time, you have 445 minutes of work time. In those 445 minutes, you are supposed to produce 404 pieces. I produced 372 last night, but I ran out of parts. I didn't have any inserts to run, so I had to shut down 55 minutes early. I would have made rate, but that's life. But if you don't make rate, you need to have a really good reason you don't make rate. Running out of parts, for example, is a really good reason to not make rate. But very few jobs in the world are as easily quantifiable as mine. It's a rarity. It doesn't happen often. And last night I found myself thinking about teaching, education. The book I'm reading at the moment deals with the history of mathematics, which has got me thinking about how I was taught math in school. And I despised math as a topic when I was in school. I hated it. I was horrible at it. And I'm still not particularly good at it now. My understanding of the actual nuts and bolts of mathematics is pathetic. But I'm fascinated with both the history and mathematics itself. It's beautiful what you can do with math. It is the foundation of reality, and the practitioners of the truly higher levels of mathematics, they're like artists, and they fascinate me. So that's why I'm reading the book at the moment. It deals with the history of mathematics. But one of the reasons I did not do well in school in mathematics is that my teacher did not engage me. The teachers did not get me involved in a way, they did not reach me in a way that clicked with my way of thinking and pulled me into the topic. I've discussed this before in the past. I wasn't stupid, I wasn't a bad student, I just was bored out of my mind because the teachers weren't pulling me in, because I had a series of teachers in my schooling who I felt were there just to punch a time clock. They weren't there to teach. They may have been good teachers at some time in the past, but they weren't when I was there. I had a handful of good teachers, and I loved them, and I still have fond memories of them. But they were, unfortunately, the exception and not the rule. But I got to thinking about, how do you quantify a good teacher? You can't just test the students. All that does is prove that they're good at taking tests. It doesn't mean they comprehend and understand what they're learning. And a lot of the way things are taught in America today is that you're supposed to have this general education. It's like they want to present you with a map. And if they teach you how to read maps, the idea is that you will be able to find any specific point on the map when you choose. But we don't learn like that. We don't learn general to specific. Humans learn from specific to general. We learn at specific locations. And if things work out well, and if we are properly educated, we figure out on our own how to connect those points together to create our own map. But our current education system doesn't do that. It doesn't teach us specifically. It teaches us in this general, and we're supposed to hope kind of maybe that we'll find our way to a useful place at some point in the future. But that's not how we learn. And the few good teachers I had understood that, and they taught something specifically the way people actually learn. But again, how do you quantify that? How do you make sure a teacher's doing that? And I don't know. I want to. I know that there are good teachers out there. I know a woman that took a 20% pay cut because she wanted to stay a teacher. She could have gone off and done something else and made a whole lot more money. But she wanted to stay a teacher. And we need more of those people in the world. But I don't know how to pick them out. How do you find the good ones? How do you weed out the bad ones? I'm open to suggestions. I really am absolutely at a loss. I'd love to have an answer. Because if we don't do something, education in America is bloody well doomed.